Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the big old spinning ball of stuff. My name is Jade and this is How to App on iOS. And today we're looking at TalkWorks. And I wish I was able to talk properly today, but when you decided to sing metal for about 3.5 hours yesterday, things go horribly wrong with your voice. And that is just what you deal with. Do as I say, not as I do, folks, and don't push your voice like I did yesterday. But it's all good. We're rocking. Hey, if you're watching over there on Facebook, what are you doing? What are you, crazy? Sitting over there with your crazy grandfather who thinks all those crazy conspiracy theories all alone? Come over here to YouTube at youtube.com/Jade Starr and you can join the chat where everybody's cool. Or you can jump over to howtoapponIOS.com and you can watch the show within the browser there and chat from within there also. Good times. Hey, everybody in the chat. I hope you're all doing well. I can see carrots. I can see emojis. I can see lots of friendly faces. So let's say hello to you guys. Hey, Three Stig, Pandy, Nina, Scott, S.M. Borthwick, Danny Broderick, Gary, Hubba, Hubs. What's going on? Long time no speak. Tom Rochelle, as always, two of our great mods, Scott and Tom. Scrolling, Dean Thomas, howdy do? I hope you are well. I've got a message I've got to read of yours on the Patreon. I didn't get to it yesterday because I was so busy. Peter Johns is here. Howdy do? What's the good word, says Pete. A good word is idiopathic. There you go. Not sure if it's a good word, but it's interesting. Carrots and warts for everyone. Cold Acre, the man, he's here himself. Yeah, Russ. Howdy do, Russ. Who else we got? Scrolling down, yeah. iOS3. Nice to meet you yesterday. If you haven't checked out iOS3's channel, go and do it now. Well, not right now, but click on his name, go check out his page because he makes some really, really cool stuff. If you're into noise and industrial stuff, go and check out his page. He makes some great music. Hello, Thomas Gillane as well. Is there anyone I've missed? I shouldn't today because I've got my glasses on for a change. Yeah, all right, we've done hellos. If I have missed you, as always, shout out, put a big carrot in the chat and I'll see it. I'll always see a carrot. And hey, Bubba's here as well. See, I can still do that, even though my voice is like I've swallowed razor blades today. So let's kick off. Before we get into the app and all that jazz, I want to share because this time around I haven't really done a show to document this new project, which we'll get to, but I'm just trying to give you updates on what's going on. If you are interested, if you're not, go and make a cup of coffee right now because it's going to take about 4 minutes of your time. But I have been working on this new metal project with my friend Kev, and his band's called, his band is called Metal Shack. And so I started work on lyrics last week on Patreon. I was writing the lyrics actually on the Patreon live show on last Friday, US time, and making up the vocals as we went along. So that was cool. Well, yesterday, as you can tell by my voice, I finished the first track off the demo called Spineless. And yesterday I started work on the second track as well, which is called The Bleeding. Which is very appropriate because I was bleeding through recording yesterday. Oh! Doctor's orders is in the house. I'll still give a growl to Doctor's orders, man. I'll give everything to Doctor's orders. Take everything, Doctor's orders. All right. Hey, Doctor. All right, so let's open up this GarageBand project because it's really exciting. You guys get to be the first to hear this shit, so lucky it's late for most of you and not first thing. Ooh, here's the second project. I've opened up the second project. This is the new one, the bleeding. We'll close that. And this is spineless. There's a lot of vocal takes in here, folks. Howdy doody, Andy Goldsby. The Golders is in the house. So let's have a quick overview of Kev's amazing Tetris-styled metal tracking. It is just amazing. So the way Kev makes his music is absolutely the most painstaking thing I've ever seen, but delightful to be a part of. So you can see he's actually in GarageBand imported these individual waveforms, these samples. Man, I would tear my teeth out doing this, but it's brilliant what he's done. Like the drums are just so awesome sounding. So yeah, you can see the top tracks there are kicks. 2 tracks of kicks. And go to ride, hi-hats as we go down. The only track that's in there that's a MIDI track is the bass. Look at that glaring little green. It's not easy being green. So, and then we've got like, and amazingly enough, there's only 2 guitar tracks in here for the main guitar parts, and they're panned left and right, so good times. And then he's got further on some solos over here. These are his solos. And then down here are all my vocal takes. Look at all that crazy shit. So as you can tell, I did some hell crazy vocals yesterday. And if we're going to hear it right now, so brace yourself. Deep gravity's in the house. This is called Spineless. We'll play the whole thing through so I can drink some of my coffee. And hopefully this doesn't blow your eardrums out. So this is a premiere. Before I let you know, some of these vocals I will be removing and just tightening up. They're not perfect, so these aren't the finished products. Who else is here as well? Mr. Fun. So also there's a giveaway today as well for what was it? I can't remember. Get my head around it. What was it for? It was for something as a synth, wasn't it? It was for Digitalism 2000. So if you haven't entered, I'm going to give you an extra 10 minutes to go. Just click on the video and enter. So, but I'm going to give you 10 minutes. All right. Cool. So you just got to find the video yourself if you're going to do it. All right, cool. Let's go back to this. Let's play this, and we're going to rock. Okie doke. What All right, Satan, you can leave now. All right. Thanks, man. Yeah, I'll see you next week. Yeah. Yeah, I owe you my soul. All right, bye. Jesus Christ. So yeah, a fair bit of those vocals have to be cleaned up. They're not ending perfectly as I wanted. I was kind of getting tired by the end of the day. Yeah, so, but just to, so, and then after I kind of finished that, then I was sent the actual, the track, the new track for the second song, but I actually started practicing for the second song. I'll give you a little hint of this before we go on. This one's much more melodic. Here you go. Just a few seconds. There are no words to this. I just... Bleeding inside, rolling over the dark, suffering inside, crying over the dark, suffering, take me down, you got the right, yeah, suffering, bleeding, nothing left, you got to find the fight. Emptiness deep within, can you feel it? Suffering, mind control, everyone lost control. You got to find the mind, you got the day. And on the mind, nothing get out of me. Everything bleeding, hate, it's gone. Go the Lord to cover tonight. Let it take all emotions away. Suffering deep within, I can't take it anymore. Make it take all emotions away. I'm bleeding deep within. My life, my sin. Exciting stuff, man. So there's going to be some singing in this one. Definitely some actual singing. Not that singing, because by that stage I actually couldn't hold a note. So I was like, Jesus Christ. Anyway, thanks for indulging me, folks. I'm really excited about this EP. I think it's going to be really cool. I even heard a bit of the third track last night. Kev's just a machine, man. It's so cool to be working with somebody who's just pumping out. Every song he pumps out is just absolute amazing. And I think I saw... somebody, right? So are these all samples? Yeah, just individual samples he's imported in there. Man, mind-blowing stuff. Really, really cool. What else did I have to cover today? There's something else I thought I had to bring up, but my mind's a bit bent. I've only had a few hours sleep because yesterday was a big day. Thank you very much, everybody, for indulging me yesterday with the third episode of the Wart series. I really enjoyed it. It was really cathartic for me. I finished that and was feeling so good for the rest of the day that inspired me to go and record vocals. Because I was feeling really angry, and after I finished that show, I actually listened to what I said in the show and took those emotions of anger that I'd been holding on to for a few days over some personal stuff with a friend, and went, you know what? Time to get that anger out. And I feel much better today for getting all that anger out and screaming it out and actually releasing those emotions and not letting them fester and bottle up. And that's the best thing. And out of it, I've got a song. So following my own advice was actually worthwhile for a change. So today we are looking at 4 Pockets. TalkWorks is what the app name is. TalkWorks. And this is a really cool app. So Paul reached out to me, gave me some codes. So I do have some codes to give away for this as well. And I've got 2 to give away to you guys and 1 for a Patreon. And so once this video is finished, you can leave a comment, like, subscribe on this actual video. And we'll announce the winner on Friday's show. Because Friday's show, guess what we're doing on Friday, folks? Oh, my photo's up. What's going on? We are doing this on Friday. Yeah? Sound testing the Wizard of Synth. So, yes, it is happening. Doug is coming on the show on Friday, which is Thursday, if you're in the UK, or if you're in the US, or if you're anywhere else in the world apart from Australia and New Zealand. Very excited about that. Hello, Lady Straight. Good to see you. I wanted to touch on something else too. So I spoke to two people offline, and Lady Rodaline was one of them. And I spoke to my good friend Ron Ward yesterday, asking about an app, how to pull down files from YouTube. So how to rip videos or audio from YouTube. And I've done a show on this app before, and I thought I'd just mention it at the top of today's show because it's worthwhile to do so. Because it's on sale at the moment. So I did a review on this show. So let's quickly just go over that. That's cool, 20 minutes in. And this app is called Beat Time. So I'm going to just load it up here. And it's really easy to use. So now usually it's about $10, but it's actually on sale for $5 at the moment, I noticed. I'm pretty sure I'm right with that. And it's so easy to do. You open it up and click the little YouTube icon. Takes you to YouTube here. I see there's Pete's video here, Virtual Bass, which is just dropped today. So go across and watch that after the show. And I can click on this video, and then once the video is there, it doesn't automatically play, so that's really helpful. And then you just move your cursor or your finger up to the little earth icon up the top there. Press the button. As you can see, it prepares to download it, get it ready for you. And then once it's all done and good and happy, it loads up. And then you can pitch shift it. You can actually time stretch it as well. You can do whatever you want, really. It's really good with pitch shifting and time stretching. And this little button down here, you click on here and you can export it. And it brings up these options to export as an audio file or as an AAC or a WAV or a movie file. And you can then just name it, hit export. It brings you back here to this little page. I can't remember what it was just named then. And then once you're done, you hit this little arrow and it allows you to save it to audio share or wherever you want. So it's a pretty cool little app, and it's like $5. I just thought I would remind you guys of it because it's pretty cool, because the Siri shortcuts don't always work. They stop working. So it's called Beat Time. Beat, BEATTIME exclamation mark. Cool. All right, let's jump into TalkWorks. So TalkWorks, how much is TalkWorks? I think it's $7.99 US, UK. Pretty sure. Also, Digistix has had an update as well. So nothing else really new for price drops there. We will make sure of TalkWorks is $7.99. There you go. So iOS screen recording is in mono. Yeah, it is in mono if you screen record. I'm not screen recording the show. I have stereo out coming out of my mixer, and my iPad screen's going into a HDMI input into my computer. So that's that there. And before I do go on, so we'll open up the App Store, because try to remember to do this each day as well. Updates as well. So what haven't I installed? Updates. Nothing that I need today, but there have been quite a few updates. So TalkWorks is already in its second version too. So it's already 1.1. It's had an update already. Want to let you know, Digitalism, which we're giving away at the end of the show, has already had an update. So how's this, folks? 2 days ago, I did the review of this app, and yesterday it was updated, as we had Matthew in the chat live the other day. 100 plus new presets. 100 plus new presets, man. What the hell? Already. So Digistix has had an update as well. There you go. Anything else worth note? Just going through what's on my iPad, because there's a lot of apps on here. I think we covered last week all the soft drummer things have all the drummer stuff has been updated as welly. Well, hello, Doug. How are you? Good to see you too. All right, let's do this. Yeah, because I've wasted enough time yammering. So, how are we going to do this today? Because there's a few different ways we can do it. Let's start off by opening it in AUM. Yeah. Okay, so it's a. How do I describe this? So it's an A-E-I-O-U. It's a vowelinator. Let's call it a vowelinator. That's not a word, is it? It is now. What this does, it can take an instrument and it can it can turn it into like a sequence of vowels. So you up to 10 vowels. That's hard to explain, man. It's very interesting. Now, when Paul sent it to me, he's like, I don't think it'll work on your vocals. I think he knows that I like to try everything on my vocals and just scream through it and see if it works. We're going to try that because I haven't done it yet. It probably won't work. He's probably right, but we'll give it a go, hey. So what I will do first to give you an example of it, let's see. I'm just going to open up the project that I was running yesterday for the Wart show, and I think that was this one. So we had a whole bunch of instances of like radio unit and some files and stuff like that. So, and I don't know if you know, yesterday the some of the music that I was playing in those shows that I do, the Wart shows, I'm messing with your mind subliminally. So it's always something to do with the subject. So this first track here was actually Feelings, if you know that song. Well, I can't think of the dude's name who sings it, Feelings, nothing more but feelings. So yeah, you probably couldn't tell. Here you go. So I was messing with all your minds yesterday. Now you can hear it. Cool, yeah. All right, let's shut that down. And so let's kick this off first. I'm going to chuck it on. I'm going to chuck it on this radio unit track, just to give you an idea of what it can do with a drone. This drone here. Alrighty. So it's already running. You hear straight away. So let's listen to that without. Whoops. Without. And instantly it sounds like Darth Vader's cousin with really bad emphysema. I think Darth Vader's cousin needs to lay off the cigarettes. So, how does this work? All right. What I'm going to do is just go, yep, let's go back to basics here. So now we're just running just a plain drone. So everything's back to normal. So along the top here, I'll just bring this down for now. I like having a drone in the background though. So you've got these lovely this little panel across the top here. And there's 5 little selections here. These are possibly the most important parts of it. This is your static vowel. And here are all your vowels across just underneath here. So when you're on the static vowel, it just stays static like it says. And you can actually touch these vowels across here and change them. So I'll do it with my finger now so you're not hearing my clicks. And you can see underneath, each time I change it, you've got a whole bunch of filters here underneath these frequencies, and they're what's controlling and creating the sound of the e, or your. So you can see they change as I'm going through. So these aren't stagnant. You can actually change these frequencies for each one and create your own versions of your vowels. And you can rename the vowels as well. So you've got a little rename here to rename these two. You can reset them at any time. And you can actually randomize how they work down here. So you've got these 3 buttons to the side. So this is just static. And you can hear how so I think that's really cool. Now also, so across from that, next door, you've got a static fade. So as you can see, when I'm clicking through, it's just chopping. It's just cutting off and chopping to the next one. So it's a very definite change there. But when we click over to static fade, it slides into, so it fades into each one. So it's a bit smoother. And I find this really handy because from my usage over it with the last day or so, I've probably been using it for about 3 hours on and off. It actually works better with more bassier kind of sounds. And with drones, it's a bit different because I found with some synth sounds, you kind of get a bit of noise from flicking between them if you're not using the static fade. If you're just chopping and cutting off with that staccato cut, you kind of get some noise artifacts. So definitely better to use with more bassier sounds with your keys. Across here to the next one is a randomizer. It's just like ditching all responsibility, yeah? You can just let it take over and do its thing. So now that we're in here in the randomizer, and we'll get to down the bottom, we'll get to the funky stuff down the bottom. In fact, what we'll do, so you've got a play speed here as well. We'll go over to this left panel. You can change the speed, you can slow it down. Speed it up. You've got a mix button there in the middle. So you can get a nice mix of sounds. That's really cool. That'd be really cool using the AUM MIDI mixer. To set your little sections there, and that would absolutely be fantastic. So there's your timing and all that jazz. So as I said, now that you've got some audio in there, you can kind of hear every now and again some little digital artifacts, but right next to that is a random glide as well. So if we flick over to that, this is really beautiful, the way it just slides into each other, all randomized. Man, this is cool. What we'll do now, we'll shut this down as it is from here. We'll pull this out. We'll head over to this track here. We'll bring this back to the start. So this is one of my band utensils songs. I've got this running through Velvet Machine. This is it without Velvet Machine. So I've just tried to give it more of a droney kind of thing with Velvet Machine. Now let's throw this on. That's sick, man. I love this shit. As Russ says, itching to put Pippa with it. Yeah, I actually don't have Pippa yet. I really should get it. But yeah, because this is more of a, you know, and this would work great with choir sounds. Definitely with choir sounds, this would sound great. And, you know, symphonic sounds too. I think this would sound amazing as well. So let's skip over to, now I really haven't covered, I'll just cover this settings button up here. So over here, you can actually turn on random modulation as well. So we'll give that a bit of a flick and see what that does. So you can hear in there some of those parts are modulated now, and you're getting that. Boop, 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 boop. There you go. So we've got a random modulation with the random vowels going on, and you can actually change between the gap, so the staccato cut-offs there, and swap. Here's the thing, we haven't even got to the sequencer yet, because there's a sequencer in here as well, which is just mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. Paul has done it again. Doesn't he just just comes out of nowhere with these apps, and you're like, you know what? I didn't know I needed that, but I think I need that now. Thank you, sir. All right, so let's jump over. Let's have a look at this sequencer. And then we'll look at the MIDI triggering as well. Okay, so as soon as we jump over to the sequencer, you can see down here. So this preset that's running at the moment has 8 steps, and underneath each step you can see there's an R, an E, an A, and you can choose which ones you want to sit in each step. How do we do that? So you see I'm sitting on step 1 at the moment, and all I need to do is just go over to one of these up the top here. Say I want to choose or, and then down the bottom and hit assign, and that has just changed that front one to or. Really easy to change it. So I can go in here to number 7. I want to change this to a U. Hit assign. Done. See you later, shaky guitar tutorials. Have a nice dinner. Enjoy. Nom 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 nom. Nom 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 nom. You can clear these as well, all right? And what happens when you clear one of these? So with these 8 steps, let's go in and clear number 5, yeah? And here's a clear button next to your assign button. So it totally removes everything, so you get a space. So we'll take out 6 and 7 as well. Just have a big gap. We'll put 7 back in there. We'll give that a... Now if I want to add a bit more length to this, say I want 12 steps here, just place your cursor or your finger on the 12 and go over here to set length. Bang. We've got 12 going now. So with each individual one too, you can control the length of how long it sits on that particular vowel. So on the 3 here, let's change this to down on the bottom left-hand corner. You've got this step length. We're going to change that to 4. And you hear it stop and hang for a so complete control. What else can we do with it? So you can add in modulation as well, which is really cool. I'm just going to turn off the random modulation here. So you've got this step modulation down here. And once again, let me just, we'll add in some more notes. We'll put some notes back here. So as you can see, we're on number 7. I've added a sign, 6. We'll add a U and a sign, 5, an R and a sign. So now we've got all these sounds in here. And for this 5, I want to add some modulation. So I can add a fast modulation. And on number 4, I'll add some slow modulation. And maybe on the 12 here, we'll make this 6 for length, and we'll add some fast modulation. Yeah, really cool, Russ, for the zombie tracks. So you've got up to 16 steps you can add to this. So plenty of room for plenty of fun and stretch out the length of all of them. You've got those spaces you can add in there. Let's have a look, because not only that, Paul has added in here a bunch of presets as well. So if you click on the load section up the top, let's make this a little bit bigger. Don't know why I've left it so small. There you go. So if you hit load, you've got a whole bunch of presets. So let's go through those. You can change the speed of them. So as well, before we, because I'll close this down, we'll open up a synth as well. So I'll open up synth 1 or something next. So with each one, you can actually change the step transition as well. So you've got this gap, which is that cutoff, and you can change these to a fade. Let's just go through all of them. We'll change them all to a fade, or at least half. As you can see, I'm just clicking on each one. So you got total control. Really, really easy to use, you know. I remember when I first looked at it, I'm like, geez, you guys know how crap I am with synths and stuff. But I make sure I learn. But this was just so easy to pick up. So we'll go through one more of these. cool. Let's open up something. Let's open up Synth 1 or something. So we'll clear this out and give you an idea of how that kind of works. Man, let's go through this. Where are we? We'll open up Synth Master. We'll do this. Yeah, good stuff. All right. And we'll throw in, we shall throw in talk. And we'll show you how to trigger the MIDI as well too. So I'll just use the virtual keyboard for this. So we'll just use this sound for now because, you know, it's got a choir kind of synthy sound. So I think this will work really good. And we shall. So what's really cool there, as you can see, what I just did, I should have made that bigger for you. So that O vowel was really getting a whole bunch of feedback on it, which is awesome too. I love that kind of stuff. How do you do, Sky's Watcher? Welcome aboard. If there's anyone else I've missed, please throw a carrot and I'll see you. So yeah, that O vowel there, because these vowels are controlled with frequencies, you can really get some interesting sounds happening. And you can manipulate these anytime you like. Let's load up a couple more of these presets. I think we're up to this one. Right. So see what's happened here? The actual sequencer has gone from 1 to 8 and now it's stuck on 8. So why is that? So we have a loop mode here. So when loop mode is off, what happens is it goes from 1 to the end of the sequence and then it stops and stays there. So now every time I press a key, it's stuck there until I turn on loop mode again. So we'll just turn that on again just to show you. So now we're back to 1. And now it goes in that loop. Hey, what's going on, Sion? Good to see you. Right, so let's turn off loop mode again and I'll show you how we can stop that from, so we can, once it gets to the end, how we can get that to go back to the start. Because the beautiful thing about this is you can actually link this, and we'll do that now, you can link this to your MIDI controller and you can control it as well as the sounds that you're playing. So, got to remember how to do it. Oh yeah, it's pretty simple. We just got to link it to the keyboard. And I think I'm right. That's not right. What are we doing? Bring it back now. There's the presets. Just let me do this. Oops. La 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 la. It says it's already linked. Did I already link it? There we go. Why can't I remember to do it? I did it last night. Man, I've got to get up earlier for these shows. Where are we? Hang on. Let's do this. Man, I can't remember how to do it. There we go. We shall do it from here. Here. So TalkWorks has to be connected to the actual keyboard. And why can't I do it now? Somebody help me. That sucks. Did I do it this way last night? How did I fucking do it? God, I'm shit at this. So I told you, never trust me with keyboards. Alrighty. Let's do... No, I don't think so. No. With your... No, I actually did it through here last night. I can't remember how I think I did it through... Let's just make sure. You have to have the MIDI version hooked up, I do believe. That could be how I did it. Because there's two versions here. There you go. Ha! Got to remember. So yeah, in AUM there's two versions of it. You've got a MIDI one, so I can now click the keyboard on here. See, I've only had one coffee, folks. I can't remember everything. I only got the app yesterday. All right, cool. So let's get this sequencer on again, and we'll turn off this loop mode. So now it gets stuck here on the 8. But now, every time you hit another key, the sequence begins again. Because we've connected TalkWorks, the MIDI version, to the keyboard as well. So you can control it that way. So that's really cool. I'm sure Paul's going to watch this back tomorrow and go, "You're supposed to be teaching people. What the hell?" And with all of these too, like you can probably hear those little artifacts there. So it's going to depend on the sounds too, what you're actually using. So I'm not sure what MIDI channel it transmits on. I think, let's have a look. I'm pretty sure it will say in here. Will it? I don't know. Because I always talk about the instructions, but I don't think I actually read them for this. I thought I'd just throw myself in. There we go. The following controllers are also available in all modes. So there you go. We've got some there. Is there anything more in here? Where are we? So when the MIDI remote button is in it, any incoming MIDI notes from 0 to 9 will trigger one of the 10 vowels. So you can do that as well. You can control the vowels as well from 1 to 9, sorry. And yeah, look, I'm not a MIDI expert. I do my best every time to try and keep up with you guys. So Russ says you could use a Rosetta suite to randomize the MIDI. Yeah, of course. There's many options you can do because you've got this separate MIDI input as well. So that's really cool. You can host this as well. You can sync host this too to whatever you've got going on. So that option is up there as well. So look, there's plenty of options. I think I've covered most of the stuff here. With sequencing play mode selected, TalkWorks plays a user-defined pattern of up to 16. Yeah. I think this is fantastic, and I'm going to have a lot of fun with this over the coming weeks as I'm getting close to wrapping up this this horror movie thing that we're all going to be a part of soon. Man, I've got too many projects on the go. Somebody take a project off my hands. Please help me. So yeah, you can save any of these as well. So you've got a save button here. You can save your presets and name them. You can rename your vowels. So you can see I can hit the rename, and you can rename these from E. So you can give them all new names as well. There's your MIDI remote switch on there. You've got your host sync up the top. So Scott says, I don't have SynthMaster 1, but now I'm curious since I've been using synths more. And look, I haven't tried it on my voice. Shall we give it a quick go? Let's see. We've got time. Then I'll draw this surprise. Let's just try it. I think Paul's going to be right. I was just like, you wait and see. Right, have I got a vocal here? Hello, 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 hello. Oh. Hello. What's cool, check this out. You can hear it working in the background, doing its oops. Let's try a different one. Let's make it a bit more interesting, and we'll throw on. Let's just throw on. Let's just throw Black Hole on here. Ha 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 ha. And what I'll do, we'll go through these 8 steps here. Let's just turn this down for a second. And what we'll do, we'll just turn them all to a fade, so they're not on that gap. And we might get a more smooth transition there. All right, let's have a listen to that. So, it's possible. It's possible. Let's see. There you go, Paul. It does. It sounds like a didgeridoo, doesn't it, huh? There's my impersonation of a didgeridoo. So yeah, this is really cool. Dig it. $7.99. I've got 2 copies to give away. Yeah. So all you need to do for that, as usual, is just like usual, subscribe. Make sure you like the video and leave a comment over the next couple of days, because Thursday, your time, we're interviewing Doug on the show, and we'll be giving that away on the show. And I'm sure Paul will probably be in the audience for that, hopefully so. So, that's going to be cool. So let's do this giveaway for the other app. And I'll just open my notes first. Cool. Bring that mic down a bit. Sorry, it's a bit loud. We need our random number generator. Oh, and I didn't check. Have we had any other people? I did say if there was anyone else who left a comment, we'll add them to the list. So I'll just do that now. Just check. Where are we? Comments. Top comments. Newest first. Skies Watcher and Seba. So I'll add them. Cool. Sorry if you've missed out now. I did say at the beginning of the show. Normally I don't do that. Watcher and Seba. There we go. So we've got 11 people for today. Not many. I kind of expect people, if they wanted it, kind of just bought it because it was only a few dollars. Good deal, mate. So I got one copy. We got 11 people here. Let's do it. Number 10. Oh, man. Skies Watcher wins, who comes in late. And he's come in late and he's won it. There you go. Skies Watcher has won it. It's the luck of the draw, folks. You see it live. I don't with anybody. It's all done live, so everything's fair and square. And Skies Watcher, well done. You have won a copy of Digitalism 2000. Hey, Brad example. Hello. I hope you're doing well. And that will be it for the show today. I hope everybody has enjoyed that. I think that's a really cool app. I think that's really cool. And I'm going to be playing with that a lot more. So awesome. We've kicked off 2021 with a new 4 Pockets app that is wicked. As you know, last year when I did like my favorite apps of the year, I said that Paul was my favorite developer of the year. And he's coming in strong for the start of the year. But I'm sure there's going to be plenty of amazing apps to come this year. So stay tuned to the channel. Thanks again for all your support, everybody. You rock my world. You make me happy. And hopefully I do the same for you. Tomorrow, what are we going to do? I'm not sure. I'm thinking I'm finally going to get around to it. We're going to revisit the Spark amp tomorrow because I feel like I want to. Yeah, I know I still haven't done New Rack. I know, but we'll get there, Russ. We will. He's got so many apps. You know what I'm saying? So we will get there, and we will get to multi-track recorder. We'll be doing that very soon. But tomorrow, I think I'm going to revisit the Spark amp, and we're going to get this thing up on my desk. We're going to load it up, and we're going to have a play, because I feel like I'm having a jam on my guitar tomorrow. If you want to hang out for that, we're going to see, is it worth the money? Is it worth the nearly $400 I paid for it, and it took like 6 months to get to me? Is it worth it after the past 6 months? You'll have to wait and see. So thanks everybody for hanging out once again. I hope you all have a great day. Like, share, do all that fancy pants stuff if you like. There's no pressure. And yes, Music Kraken is coming. If only there was enough days in the week to keep up with all these apps. All right, but we're getting there. We're getting through them. Stay cool. Stay metal. Keep doing the things that make you happy. Yeah.